Some new drivers. If you haven't seen these guys before, they have come up. Of course, Brad Sang being one of them. And we also have Kevin Robertson making his way up here to the track tonight. So a couple of new faces in this class here at the Speedway. Brad Sang, obviously not a rookie here at our track. He has come up here before, and I'm sure we'll see him again next week for the NLRA show. So 20 laps on the Pepsi board for this one tonight. Let's run through the lineup in this one. Ricky Weiss will get the pole position driving the 7W car. On his outside, driving the 10, Mike Balkin. Row 2 has the 71S of Stefan Snare. On his outside, driving the 71D, and he's coming up from the back right now, moving his way up the pack. That is Dustin Strand. Of course, Dustin Strand just getting out of his vehicle from the last race, has to jump into a late model and get into this race. So back-to-back races for him. In row 3, we have the 2 of Bill Mooney and the 12S of Brad Sang. Row 4 has the 11 of Troy Schill and the 88 of Paul Veer. Row 5 has the 92C of Cord Allard and the number 9 of Walt Morris. Row 6 has the 71 of Rick Fawcett, the 55 of Mike Martin. Row 7, the 14 of George Balkin, and the 10R of Kevin Robertson. And in the 8th spot, in the 8th row, I should say, all by himself, he's driving the 5E, that's Shane Edgington. So just so we don't get too confused tonight, we have the 71S of Stefan Stair, the 71D of Dustin Strand, the 71 of Rick Fawcett. So just a few 71s in this race tonight. And if you're wondering which one's which, well, it's not too hard to figure out who's who. The 71 in the red, well, that's Stefan Snare. The 71 that is blue and white, that is Rick Fawcett. And the 71 that's yellow and red, that is Dustin Strand. So our final feature race of the evening here for Thursday Night Thunder, our mid-season track championship. 15 cars tonight in this late model class. If we have 15 tonight, it'll be interesting to see what we have next week with an NLRA show. We've had the World of Outlaws here in the past. They're fun to watch. They've made it out here a few times. Not this year, though. We're going to do an NLRA show, of course, and then we've got a couple other things going on. Sprint cars look like they're going to be back later on this year. $20 laps, 15 cars, a packed house, and some great racing. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we are ready to rumble here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Como looks them over. We are going green. A couple of vets up front. Ricky Weiss. Mike Balkin loses a spot to the 71 car of Stefan Snare. The red and black car, he's in second. In third now, it's the other 71, Dustin Strand. Balkin drops back to fourth. Brad Sang looking to make his way around. Veteran driver. White still out in front. 18 laps to go. Bit of a log jam for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. We've got a yellow flag. Problem on turn 1 and 2. So we are going to get a restart here. Good opportunity for our 71 cars who are in second and third. That's Snare and Strand to maybe catch up a little bit on the 7W of Ricky Weiss. Just 2 laps down is all we've got so far. Mike Balkin, who started in the second spot, has moved all the way back down to fourth. And the 12 of Brad Sang, he's moved up a spot. Bill Mooney, he moved over a spot. He's down one spot in this race. The Derek Sandblasting 7 of Ricky Weiss makes plenty of appearances here in Victory Lane. So now the car is getting into position here. Weiss gets the starting spot up front. Seven W still up front, followed by a pair of 71s. Como is looking them over, so we're going to go green here if everything is good. 18 laps to go on the Pepsi board. We're looking around 20 seconds per lap for these cars. And Balkin goes to the inside, trying to make some way, and he's already dropped off possibly another spot as Sang now moves up to the 4th spot. Balkin drops back to 5th. Mooney, he's in 6th. Paul Veerton 7th, followed by the 92C of Cord Allard. Ricky Weiss, he's out in front. Dustin Strand now in 2nd, Sang in 3rd, followed by the 71 of Stefan Snare. Racing this one is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, unless somebody can catch up to the 7W. Kevin Robertson driving the 10R this race tonight. A new face here at our track. And there you can see on the screen, it's the 5E of Shane Edgington. And we've got a problem here on turn number 1. We're going to take a quick little timeout here as they're resetting the track, but don't go too far. Get yourself a drink. We got a minute or two before we're back to racing.
Walking down the sidewalk, kicking my feet as I'm moving to the music. Step to the beat,
Speedway. Of course, the MyToba app. If you don't have it, check it out. You can catch our full night of racing. The same broadcast you're watching now is usually put on within a day or two. You can watch it all over again if you'd like to watch some more racing. Of course, if you'd like to watch individual races, you can always check out the ManitobaRacingNetwork.com, where we chop them all up for you and for the drivers so they can watch individual races each week. So originally we were supposed to go in one, but it looks like they're going to give them one more. Blair Bodley in the house tonight, eating peanuts. Oh, he's eating sunflower seeds, and he's not co-hosting with me tonight. I should bring him on headset just to talk for a little bit about the track and next week's NLRA show. But he's a little camera shy, I think. A little scared to get on camera with us tonight and talk racing. One of these weeks we'll bring him on. We've got a green flag. We're racing back in the late model division. Ricky Weiss jumps out back in front in this one. It's a pair of 71s behind him. Brad Sang, though, moving up closer. Sang trying to get into third. Sang does, and Sang's now in second. What a great move by Brad Sang on turn 4. Mike Balkin continues to stay back there. He's in 5th, followed by the 55. He's a rookie in this class, not a rookie to the track. That's Mike Martin. The 88 of Paul Veert not too far behind. And look at Bill Mooney coming out wide in turn number 4. He's got some speed. Dustin Strand. He's in 4th, feeling a little bit of pressure from Mike Balkin. We got another yellow flag as Paul Veert now has spun out on turn number 2. Late models back in action. We've only, would you believe, done 4 laps here tonight. With some great racing up front. Ricky Weiss back up in front in this race, followed by the 71 of Stefan Snare and the 12 of Brad Sang. Dustin Strand in 4th, followed by Mike Balkin. Mike Martin, though, not too far behind, and this is an opportunity for Veert now. Veert in the 55 and the 88 are door-to-door. Some great close racing in this one, and Veert Man, they're close. Mike Martin, though, holds on. Still sitting in 6th. Mooney having some problems on turn 2, goes a little wide. He rights the ship and continues on. He's side by side with the 92C. That's Cord Allard. Ricky Weiss, your leader. He's got a pretty comfortable lead way out in front. As we go wider into this corner, you're going to see how much of a lead he's got. Look at Ricky Weiss. He's got some speed out there. And we've got another yellow flag. This time as Mooney is on turn 3, and he's got a blown tire. So Mooney will get a couple laps here to get his car back in order. Let's take a look at that replay here again. Mooney and the 92C. And it looks like he catches a piece of the 88 car. And that may have been what did it. Oh, right there. That's where it happened. And there goes that tire after he hits the tire. Oh. Let's take a look at that replay again if we can cue it back up. Let's take a look at it one more time here. Mooney in the corner. He's neck and neck with Veer. He starts to veer off, and this is where he right into the tire, kaboom. And there's going to be a little body work next week. So they're 1 to green right now. The 10 car coming back onto the back of the track. He's going to wait to get to the back end. Here we go again. 7 laps down, 13 to go. Ricky Weiss, your leader, though he's feeling some pressure from Brad Sang. Sang not too far behind. He's had a couple chances here with these restarts to get closer. And Weiss may now have some pressure. The 71s, though, they're fighting for 3rd spot. Stefan Snare out in front in this one. Ten laps to go. Mike Martin in 5th spot, rookie to this class, drove a super stock last year, won the championship. He's in 5th. Pardon me, 6th spot right now. He's fighting for 5th with Mike Balkin. And our leaders are now way out in front. That's the 7W of Ricky Weiss and the 12S of Brad Sang. They have a pretty comfortable lead for 1 and 2. Sang had that glorious opportunity to get around Ricky, just couldn't punch it around him. Stefan Stair now starting to get a little bit of room on the 71 of Dustin Strand. Ricky Weiss, 6 laps to go, holding on. Look at Brad Sang, though, coming up close on the backstretch. Sang going to the inside again, Weiss to the outside. Weiss hoping he gets a little bit more traction, can whip around that turn. He does here on the front stretch. 5 laps to go. George Balkin started the race tonight in 13th spot. He's improving a little bit, moving up a bit. Walt Morris driving the number 9 car in the 71 of Rick Fawcett. That's a great battle. Our leaders, though, 3 laps to go as they go around the front stretch. Ricky Weiss, Brad Sang. Brad Sang started the race in 6th, making a move now for first. Two laps to go for our leaders. Is Sang waiting for the opportune time to go around? We're going on to lap traffic. This is where it gets interesting. Which way do you go if you're Ricky Weiss? Inside or out? He's trying inside. Weiss files behind the lap traffic, trying to get around him on the outside. Sang follows suit. 1 lap to go for our leaders. Ricky Weiss powers past the 10 car of Kevin Robertson. Sang, though, close on his heels. We have a race here for the front. No way, it's all Ricky Weiss. The 7W with another victory here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Brad Sang finishing up in 2nd spot, driving the 12 car, followed by the 71 of Stefan Stair and the 71D of Dustin Strand. Those are your top 4. Mike Balkin finishing up in 5th spot. Great racing here tonight at Red River Co-op Speedway. Ricky Weiss does it again here. Home track, keeps winning. That 7W car just keeps on winning and winning. Let's throw it down to Darren Palin as he gets ready to talk to Ricky Weiss.
7W, there he is, Ricky Weiss. Weiss also sponsored by Keewatin Truck Service and Hands On Excavating, and that is a Bloomquist chassis. Come on up here, Ricky Weiss, if you could. Another great drive, man. Did you guys make that finish exciting? Brad Sang was there for most of the race. Could you feel him there?
Well, yeah, I was watching the scoreboard under those cautions, and 12 didn't take long to get there, and I seen him coming under me, and I knew my car would work on the bottom of 1 and 2 because we ran there in the heat race, and it was good up top, but I seen him there, and I had to try it with a couple to go to make sure I could go in case lap traffic came, and, well, I had to stay in front of him, so there's only one way to do that.
Well, great job. Congratulations here on another win at Red River Co-op Speedway.
I'd like to wish Maurice Leclerc a happy birthday from my sponsor, Hands On Excavating. Big go out to him.
All right, thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching tonight here at Red River Co-op Speedway. Of course, no fireworks tonight. That was last week. Next week, we get the NLRA late model, so get ready for some great late model racing. Ricky Weiss may have a tough time next week as a whole pile of other cars may be making their way up here to our Manitoba track. Have yourself a good evening. We'll see you for next week's pay-per-view as we get ready for those NLRA late models. Have a good evening. We'll see you again.